Folks, this email is dated the 26th of October 2017. And as you can see there, it was sent to Omega Air. Now, Omega Air are refueling the military jets. They'd be using JP-8 fuel. They're the Mac-Eddy brothers from Ireland. Okay, they also have vested interests in a private hospital in Nice. I sent stuff to the DAA, which is the Airport Authority, the press inquiries to Aer Lingus. I contacted the Environmental Protection Agency. I contacted RTE. I contacted the Defence Forces. I contacted the Irish Aviation Authority. Okay, by two there. TV3, which is also Irish media. The HSE. And I also contacted the Board of Education, because these aerosols were being deployed throughout the night and early morning, and when my kids were going to school, we were basically looking at an onslaught in the atmosphere of these nanoparticulates and these metal oxides. And I was very concerned regarding my kids' health, including my own health. And not only that, we already know that the water has fluoridation in it, but this aluminium metal oxides then falling down into the environment and the water supplies and everything, it cannot be good to be ingesting. So I sent this email to whom it may concern. My name is David Allen. I have contacted all the agencies and more copied in this email, and some have not replied, and those who have fobbed me off with frequently asked question links or their role in aviation. And what I meant there basically was the Irish Aviation Authority were quick to tell me that they had no jurisdiction over transatlantic flights, which were governed by the ATCs. So basically they fall under the Department of Transport and Tourism in Ireland. And that industry is worth 9 billion. And capitalism won't get in the way of any citizen's health or a public health inquiry. And in my opinion, that's why I honestly think all the experts are still baffled with the respiratory illnesses, the spike in dementia, the asthma deaths up 40%. But anyway, folks, okay. So, I understand this is a touchy subject and the Irish media are not interested. The media have not responded, and all roads lead back to the EPA regarding the HSE, the Department of Education and the Irish Aviation Authority. Now, folks, I'd also like to add I contacted the HSA independently and told them they were the government body for ensuring people who were working outdoors and in the workplace were not, at risk. And I highlighted to them that people who work outdoors in Ireland could be at risk from these toxins, and could they basically investigate, or could they contact at least the CEO of the EPA, who was Laura Burke at the time, and ask the questions. Could we have a press conference or a public statement issued by the government or the EPA to state that they in fact were harmless contrails as they were stating? That never came forward. But does Laura Burke want to make a statement to reassure the public there's no toxins from the plane spraying? We all know they're not contrails, so in fairness, it's time to cut the crap and be real with the people. Now, folks, at this stage, I'm not trying to uncover anything as such, or be sinister, or, be conspiracy-minded as they try to push that narrative. I fucking was genuinely concerned, I was looking at this spike in dementia and everything, and the plan for man with these soft metals, and I really was concerned. So, Omega Air has sent me to links from various sources, and I am interested in an official response to the alleged information I have received. Is Omega Air refuelling or reloading chemicals onto planes in Irish airspace, off the coast of Ireland, or out of Irish airspace to be used over Ireland? Now, Omega Air are founded by two brothers, the McEvedy brothers, and they have a lot of vested interests, okay, including a private hospital in Nice. Now, I'd like to say, although I have asked that question to Omega Air, they have never responded back to me. So, in my opinion, I know that Omega Air have a military contract with the United States Air Force. I know nothing else, okay? The planes who are spraying constantly are being refueled and reloaded somewhere, and I have also copied the DAA, and I have been speaking with some staff who are ramp agents working for Ryanair, and would appreciate any input from the DAA or any information they could enlighten me on. Numbers are increasing by the day, big numbers of people who are very concerned about the health implications of ourselves and our Irish fellow citizens. Now, at that time, folks, I was talking to some truck drivers and taxi drivers who were talking about putting some wraps on their taxis and vans to highlight geoengineering in Ireland and bring it to the attention of the media and try and force them to speak out. There was other people also talking about blockading Dublin Airport, and people who know Dublin Airport, and I would know Dublin Airport fairly well, you have a few entrances in by Corvallis Park, the main entrance, and then around by the back of the hangars, and then there are some exit gates and that. And there was talks of trucks going there and blocking all points of entry and exit to the airport, okay? Now, living in the times we live in with a police state, that wouldn't have went too well, okay? But we could have done a slow blockade to try and highlight this geoengineering, okay? But a lot of truck companies told me later then that if they did that, they'd be boycotted from entering into the airport to do drop-offs and collections. So their hands were tired, so this didn't bear any fruit. So I would like a response from Aer Lingus and Ryanair and other carriers to either confirm or deny any involvement in this practice. So basically, if they're involved in commercial geoengineering, which was talked about at a press conference that Terry Lawton, a well-known activist from Wexford, had attended, and there was proposals at this climate conference to fit retrofitted sprayers to commercial jet aircrafts and have these planes spraying our atmosphere, okay, for geoengineering purposes. So I thought I'd jot this into the email to see could we get a response. So if Omega Air is involved in this practice, could they confirm what is being sprayed? Because I'm very concerned. This stuff is being sprayed over my kids' schools every day. Here is a list of toxins which are alleged to be sprayed upon us. Mercury, lithium, nanodust or smart dust, designated red blood cells, mold spores and other biological elements, nanoparticulates of aluminium, barium, salt, strontium, lead, arsenic and terbium. So somebody somewhere needs to clear the air on this. Can I get an answer as a concerned parent, please? Hey, shut up. Can anybody confirm or deny this practice? Kind regards, David Allen. Now, folks, today, okay, they have not responded, okay? So, you know, maybe the best response to a fool is silence, and that's the angle they're playing. But at the end of the day, we know American Elements manufactures this stuff, and we know it's deployed in the atmosphere. So I've tried to keep an open mind on everything I could, and not be conspiracy minded, you know. But the reality is, critical thinkers nowadays are labelled conspiracy theorists to mock and silence people. I have a right as a citizen who is concerned and who, in my opinion, thinks that, you know, the atmosphere is being loaded with this smart dust and stuff. And I have a fucking right to ask these agencies and companies for clarity. Now, to date, and since 2015, there has been no official response except to tell me that they're harmless contrails. Now, there's two